Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry Kay.
And I'm Todd Pleasant.
What's going on, everybody? I say that rhetorically because no one ever answers. But, hey, in, 2 weeks, we'll be at, or at least Barry and I, maybe Todd, we don't know yet, we'll be at WonderCon.
Wonderfest.
Wonderfest. There is a WonderCon.
Totally different event.
April, on the other side of the country.
It's May 30th and 31st at the Crown Plaza in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, we will be there, and
Brian Mix will be there.
I know at least one or two listeners will be there. Friends of the show will be there. I think lots of friends, our old friends.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole crew of our good old friends there. I'm looking forward to it. A bunch of people.
So we'll be there. I know Barry is entering something. I'm entering something. If I have to work around the clock, I'm actually making good progress. So I'll be.
I actually just realized today that you can pre-register for that, so you don't have to. You can actually do the paperwork in advance, so that you're not like waiting online when you get there to do that.
Yeah,
that was kind of crazy last year.
This weekend, I'm like, oh my god. Am I working feverishly and I missed the end? No, you fill out your paperwork and you bring it with you. It's very low tech, I guess I'll call it.
It's an old school kind of show, which is actually kind of nice. They don't even sell advanced tickets. You buy tickets when you get there.
Buy them there.
Yeah,
but it's
unlike certain other conventions that you have to go through hell to get tickets to.
Yeah, and those of you who were annoyed know what we're talking about. The celebration was a fiasco, from what everyone says.
Yes,
but anyway, we'll be there. If you're going to be there, let us know. It's a fun time. It's old school. It's no offense to Barry, it's a very pre-Star Wars crew, even though everyone loves Star Wars too. But a lot of these people appreciate a lot of things pre-Star Wars.
Definitely not a Star Wars-centric show at all. And that's actually, listen, I had so much fun there last year, and the contest entries were amazing. There very few Star Wars anything there. There will be this time around. There is a huge
far more Star Trek. And that really surprised me.
Yeah, there's stuff. It's very old school, but
there is a group of guys that are building out a room this year at the hotel that is a recreation of the ILM workshop from 1976.
And I know we don't like saying this, and here's a picture of it. I have a picture of the old picture from ILM. Yeah, but wait, it's in a hotel room?
It's on that main floor where all the
one of those little rooms, like where the Ark of the Covenant was, or something like that.
I don't think it's either of those two rooms. Though. I think it's a different room. It's that type of room.
Dave, that was the Bar of the Covenant.
Bar of the Covenant.
That was the Bar of the Covenant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so there's a whole Facebook group dedicated to this. These guys have been planning this for over a year, and it's down to the things that were on the walls in the ILM model shop, the types of ashtrays, the types of tools, the types
They're
of paint
selling
cars.
The T-shirts that the guys were wearing. I bought one of those. I don't have it.
Yeah, I actually got one too. Which one did you get?
I'm also making one for us.
Oh, cool. Well,
I have those pliers. I realized I do have those exact channel locks.
These guys have been going crazy, and it's going to be awesome. And so there's the picture that Dave put up. There's all this classic photo of the ILM crew with all the models of the X-Wings and the Y-Wings and everything on a table. And they're actually going to recreate all that with guys that built all the studio scale models. It's going to be really impressive.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
So anyway, we'll be there. So let us know if you're going.
Yeah, if you're going, please let us know. It was a great time last year. So
yeah. And John Eves, guest of the show, will be there. Greg Nicotero, guest of the show, will be there. He has a restaurant in Louisville, so he's always there. He's like the mayor of that whole scenario.
Yeah, he was definitely like
other people. Darren Docker. Oh, is Darren there? I don't know.
Darren is on the list of guests.
He friend of the guest of the show. Lots of guests of the show.
And there's actually a few like Star Trek actors, like old school Star Trek original series, like guest stars are going to be there. So
Marta Christian's back, guest of the show.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. It's going to be fun. If you're even within driving distance of this show and you're into, again, it's not guest heavy. It's really more about models and creativity. But if that kind of thing floats your boat, you should be at this show.
Yeah, it's fun.
For years, people told me I should be at this show, and I'm so glad I went last year, and I wouldn't miss it again.
I don't make models, but I enjoy the making, how everyone does their stuff. So, and I'm entering something that's not exactly a model. So, anyway, why don't we go some random? Todd, what do you got?
So, Ryan Coogler is going ahead with the X-Files. They call it a reboot. They call it they keep announcing people. Apparently, the leads are Hamish Patel and Daniel Deadweiler, who is currently in Rooster.
The
right.
woman.
Yeah.
The now dean.
Yes. Yep. But also, like Amy Madigan, who just won an Academy Award, Steve Buscemi, a whole bunch of people piled on top. So this is happening. I'm
not watching it.
I am very dubious. Well, you know what? It's like I'm starting to feel like it couldn't be worse. You know? So it was a great concept that Chris Carter really screwed the pooch on.
Chris Carter is Lucy with the football.
If yes, absolutely, that is a better way of putting it. I think somebody else taking this concept. Think of it in terms of Battlestar Galactica, okay, where, okay, maybe not the last season, okay, maybe not the ending of it, but Ronald D. Moore took this underdeveloped concept from the 70s and ran with it and made it so much better in so many ways than it was, and got so much more out of the characters and all that. This could be something similar. This could be something other than treading water for the last 5 seasons.
But the characters were good, and the idea was good, but you didn't want anyone to have any kind of satisfaction from spending 9 years watching.
I'm not disagreeing on that, and and some people, but there's some people out there that believe the truth is still out there. So
no,
but when you say to me, it couldn't be worse, that is not a reason for me to invest in another TV show.
Okay, I will agree with that. I am saying, I'm curious. I like both of them. I like both the actors. It could be interesting. They've got to do some different things. I kind of hope that it's not purely a reboot. I kind of hope that these are two people that get like demoted and get stuck working with the X-Files, and like there's old case files of Mulder and Scully down there. So that it's kind of like, you really step in it and you get assigned to the X-Files kind of thing, something like that. Instead of like not acknowledging that there ever was a thing before.
I'd like to think that Mulder is down in that basement somewhere, and maybe they would run into him in a dark corner.
Then they're open to, like cameos and stuff like that by like Skinner and, and that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
They did that already.
We'll see. Well, no, but I mean, that was a attempt to kind of trade off the past glory, and it just did it.
And still go absolutely nowhere.
No, it did nothing for it.
The idea that it couldn't be worse makes me laugh. Like, you're right, it probably couldn't be, but some things...
it could be a lot better. Again,
how many bites at the apple should they have?
Think about, put yourself in the mindset of when they're going to make another Battlestar Galactica, okay, 20 years ago. It was like, well, why do they need to make another Battlestar Galactica? It's like, it was just, and again, they did very, very well with that. So,
well, the irony of something like Battlestar is that reboot ran for more seasons than the original show ever did.
Significantly more. And again, like I said, it was,
and that was really well done until it wasn't.
Exactly. But Ryan Coogler is really good. He's done some really good things. I think this could be interesting. So I don't know.
If he answers the question of what happened to Mulder's sister in the first episode, I'm on board.
Okay.
Or whatever. If there really are aliens.
What happened to Samantha? It's just like
I don't even remember if they answered any of that crap or not. But who cares? So, Barry, what do you got?
So we have talked on the show in the past about Star Wars Topps trading cards from the 70s, and I know we had Daryl on at one point, and we were talking about the number one card in that first series that they now call the Luke rookie card, which I think is ridiculous, but that one is always goes for more money than all the other cards or whatever. And it's been selling routinely for between $100 to $400 in good condition for that one card. Most of the other cards are a couple bucks a piece. I was watching an auction tonight. The number 1 Luke card, ungraded. Now, this isn't even a graded version. Just sold. The auction ended about a half hour ago. $1,975.
Are you saying I got screwed?
No. 40 bids.
God, you bought that from me. That was my card.
And it looks like it's in really good shape, but it's not graded or anything. Like, that's almost $2,000 for the Luke number 1 tops. I mean, it makes no sense to me.
They're probably plentiful too.
They are, but not in great. I mean, this is legitimately in really nice shape and all, but like I've been going back and sort of rebuild because I finished the Star Wars cards, but I don't have all the Empire and Jedi, so I've been paying more attention to this. And there's some Facebook groups, and they were all looking at this auction. That's how I found out about it. They were posting about it, going, "You guys watching this? Like, this makes no sense."
I guess I shouldn't have my rubber band. That's the first card, so the rubber band is around that card.
And the 4 sides of it.
We had an action figure sitting on that at one point.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So,
but I just thought. I mean,
I'm going to after the show. I'm going to take that off, the rubber band off, if it's still on it.
Yeah,
I don't think it is. I think I put
that
it in
number
the
is insane. So, Daryl, if you're listening, you got to go check this out. Like almost $2,000 for that one card, single card.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just saw this today, which was funny. So Shatner has a website, a website that sells stuff.
I didn't know that until I saw that post from him today. Yes.
Yeah. So Shatner posted something that I guess from his show Boston Legal, he has actual business cards that they made up for the show, and he's selling them.
Business cards, yes.
For like the Denny Crane, yeah. And he's selling, I think they're $89. Which, if I actually ever saw that show, or if I liked it, I'm like, I'd pay $89. People in the like, oh, you could have a card printed with anything on it for way less. Like, you're a jerk.
Okay,
off.
but I think it actually comes with a little certificate,
a stand
that says
and stuff.
It comes from William Shatner's archives or something.
He sells all kinds of Star Trek socks and lunchbox. Like,
I had no idea until
I had no idea.
You and I saw the same post. He's also selling the police badges from T.J. Hooker.
Oh, well, replicas.
He says nope. He says they are production made.
Really? How much are those?
They were only like $35 or $45.
I would buy one of those, even though I've never seen that show either.
If you go on that same
I have
site.
seen some episodes of that show. I will say purely for one of the co-stars, but
yeah. Adrian Zemed, I'm guessing.
Definitely.
You liked his hair.
He had good hair.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in Grease too?
He was in Grease too.
He was in Grease too.
I think he was at Chiller also.
He was at Chiller, yes.
I would have had him sign that badge if I had known. Wait, how is a piece of cardboard $89 and then a badge is $35?
They were probably, because of all the different police uniforms on that show, they're probably
just random ones. I wish he had some Star Trek badges.
No disrespect in any way to the great William Shatner. How do you know that they're really production made? I mean, it's an embroidered patch.
I wasn't even sure it's his website.
I am certain that he, yes.
I love William Shatner. So again, I mean no disrespect, but
yeah. But anyway,
the business cards, and you can print up.
This way, if you just said this is a T.J. Hooker badge that William Shatner told me was screen used,
that's good enough for me.
That's good enough for me.
And you should go to the site and buy it.
I'm going to get one.
If it's $35, I'll get one. Even though I think I've seen the show, maybe 10 minutes of it once or twice in the past 2 years. If I'm eating lunch and I came across it, just
Dave, you and I both have a bunch of badges. I don't think.
Yeah.
Do we have an LAPD badge at all? I think that's what it is, right? I don't.
I don't think so.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's $3,500. Now
it's $34.95, marked down from $75.99.
Oh, we're there.
I will read you the description, official description.
Yes, please do.
Actual prop from the show. Embroidered patch made during the production of T.J. Hooker and used
It's a patch. It's not a badge.
I said patch.
You said badge.
Oh, it's a patch. Sure, it's a shoulder patch.
Okay.
LCPD.
L who?
LCPD is what it says on it. And then it says
what city were they in?
I don't know.
Were they in
Los Angeles? I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was
Maybe
LA
County.
Some of those shows were in fake towns. Like, was Starsky and Hutch in a real town, in a real city? Because I watched like 5 minutes of the movie with Ben Stiller, and they were in like Bay City or something.
Yeah,
like
I think that's what it was. I think it was something like that, where it was yes.
Why wouldn't you say you're in?
The reason they did that in 70s shows was because you could not have corrupt cops, okay, in actual city. You couldn't depict corrupt cops in actual cities because legal just wouldn't do it. And so
yeah,
they wanted to have somebody on the take or whatever like that. They had to have it be
that makes sense.
Or they had really strict guidelines for it. So
well, just to finish off the description, it does say the patches were acquired from the family of one of the wardrobe people from the show. So
it's good enough for me.
And then it says super hard to find.
That ruined it for me. Super hard to find. He's got them all. I would add that. Here's a
35.
Do you have
and
any?
You're getting it directly from Shatner.
I know. Is there anything in your collection for something that you haven't seen?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have anything for something. Why would I have it? But
no.
You never know. I'm sure. I bet there's something I have. Anyway,
I have to really think about that.
Yeah, but we'll see. There you go. We'll report back on that. Let me ask you, Barry. Did you switch to the Telecaster behind you because of Bruce Springsteen, or was that been there?
No, the Telecaster's been there for a couple weeks.
Yeah, Barry and I saw Bruce Springsteen a week ago. It was fantastic. If you're nearby, highly recommended.
Yes,
highly recommended.
He's playing in the Garden tonight. I actually thought about going.
Is it tonight? And
yeah.
It's also the 16th, I think.
Yeah, I think in Barclays.
There's two gardens. Aren't there two gardens or no?
I think 2 shows at the Garden and 1 in Barclays.
Barclays. There's no reason to go to Brooklyn.
No.
I don't
Barclays
care.
is a hard venue to get to.
Everything about Brooklyn is hard to get to. I am anti-Brooklyn. Sorry if you're from Brooklyn. But you know who's not from Brooklyn? Fanboy Collectibles. Lots of stuff. Lots of Star Wars stuff available. Hot Toys, Darth Maul from Darth Maul Shadow Lord. We'll talk about that soon. Revenge of the Sith Yoda. Revenge of the Sith Clone Commander. Phantom Menace Qui-Gon. That's a re-release, I guess.
It's a new version of it with the rooted hair.
No, the one picture does not have rooted hair.
Oh, well, it's possible that they're doing 2 versions of them. I think
there is one coming with rooted hair.
Okay.
So interesting. Anyway, there's a Sideshow Frankenstein that looks awesome. It's a deluxe plus edition of Frankenstein. There's a new company called Blokes. They make model kits. There's a Vader and a Stormtrooper. They're 6-inch model kits.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those look really interesting.
Yeah, that's a new company. But they keep adding new companies. They got everything you need. They got Hot Toys. They got Sideshow. They got Blokes. They got Exo-6. They got everything. Check those guys out.
12-inch Sideshow collectibles Squid Head. My favorite vintage Star Wars alien of all time.
Is it true?
I'm wondering why you didn't mention that.
They call him Squid Head back in the day. Now he's Tessic. But used to be called Squid Head.
Yeah.
That's your favorite alien?
I love that alien, yeah.
Oh.
That was my favorite vintage action figure.
Have they made a 6-inch Cabe? He's my favorite because he's a mouse.
I don't think they have.
Yeah.
Last time, listen to me sounding like an asshole. The last time I went to Skywalker Ranch, I brought my Squid Head action figure with me. That's how much I love.
Play with amongst the stuff.
It just felt right, Dave.
Okay. Anyway, but check those guys out, fanboycollectibles.com. Check them out at their store in Newtown, Connecticut. Check them out online. Tell them the Regular Joe sent you. Okay. We're going to do a segment, a different segment that we haven't done in a while called Workbench. What's on my workbench? Barry, why don't you go first? I think we know what's on your workbench.
Yeah, and I've talked about it on the show, but I don't know if I've shown it or I know I've talked about it, but pretty much for the last at least 6 months, maybe more, I've been working on a studio scale X-Wing. And it's interesting because the guys we were just talking about that are doing that room at Wonderfest, through that group, they actually made kits available. And I've wanted one for a couple of years now, and they're not available. The kits there's a big barrier to entry if you want to become like a studio scale model builder. You either have to 3D print stuff, and you've got to have like good quality 3D prints, and you got to buy the files, or you got to know people. And that was kind of what I ended up doing, was kind of working my way through getting to meet people and getting to know people, joining these groups. And ultimately I was able to get my hands on a kit. And it is not like a box model that you buy online or at a hobby shop. Like, this was really, it's all cast in resin, and there's no instructions, and you've got to just spend a lot of time doing research and figuring it out. So I've been working on it pretty much exclusively for the last few months, and I'm finally at a point where it's starting to look like something. So I will pick it up. Bear with me. It's heavy.
Watch him drop it right now. Oh my God, he dropped it.
It's getting there. It's not done
yes.
yet, but it is getting there. Today was the day that I actually sealed the fuselage, and I glued it, and then I was able to I had to fill some seams along the edges, but it is coming together. And
Can you move the wings, Barry?
The wings are on a armature. They actually.
That's what I wanted you to show that.
He bought that armature at Wonderfest.
I bought the armature at Wonderfest
last year
from the dealer at Wonderfest last year. This is the nose that will ultimately go on it. The wings are already sort of painted and weathered. The body is getting there, but I have a lot more work to do on the body. The red stripes have to go down. I'm working on this is a pyro. A casting of a pyro X-Wing, but I'm building it like it's a hero. So it's kind of, I'm taking some creative liberties with it, but it's
that's beautiful.
I'm mounting it through the back, so you can see the mounting point there. There are mounting points on the sides and even on the top, but I'll be mounting
and you'll have covers for those.
Yeah, I have covers for those,
yeah.
And I even have a cover for this one. So a lot of people mount them through the bottom. But that would have meant drilling out here, and I didn't want to do that. So
yeah,
mount it through the back. But it's heavy because it's got. I mean, it's a lot of resin, and then it's also got
that armature itself.
A metal armature, yeah,
quite a bit. But I haven't screwed it up yet, so there's still time. But I've been taking a lot of time. I've been doing a ton of research, and it's starting to come together. So I originally said there was no way this would be ready in time for Wonderfest. I think I probably could have.
But he doesn't want to bring it anyway because we don't drive 12 hours.
No, we're flying, and it would have been when this thing is done. I'm not taking. If I ever move, I will have to figure out how to pack this thing safely.
Well, and 8 million other things.
Yeah, exactly. But
I want to see you pack the 5-foot Millennium Falcon or whatever that.
Well, I have it's 3 foot, but yeah, that's.
I would just stay there. It's easier.
Yeah. So this is what's been on my workbench. It is still on my workbench. I'm thinking in the next month I'll have it finished. There's a lot more decals. I'll send you a few pictures if you want to put up a couple pictures. Yeah. But there's already over 150 decals on that ship. There's probably another 30 or 40 that have to go on. But most of them are so small that unless you're really up close, you don't see them. But if they weren't there, you might feel like there was something missing. That's the level of decal that goes on this thing. They're all super tiny.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I mean, this has been a dream that I've wanted to build one of these for a couple of years now. So the fact that I've made it this far and that it's actually coming out and looking like what it's supposed to look like, I'm pretty happy with it.
Looks great. That's great.
Dave, what's on your workbench?
Okay. There's many nerdy things on my many workbenches, but I'm going to do something completely different. My wife and I and another couple have been taking pottery lessons. we have been Wednesday nights going to. We had been talking about it for a long time. There's a couple places here that do it, and they were really hard to get into. But and we're like, let's do something different. So we're taking with the wheel
pottery, like like in Ghost, or
like in Ghost. We haven't done that.
Okay.
Because there's like 10 other people in the room. There's like we go to this room. There's like 10 of those wheels.
Did they just have that song on a loop while you're in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. But so I don't know if I ever did the wheel, but I've done like hand making pottery back in school and stuff. But here's the thing I found. You're like, I want to make, you don't say, at least in the beginning, you don't say, I want to make a bowl, I want to make a vase. You make whatever this thing starts turning into. So, and then I didn't go with a plan. Now I do have a plan that we maybe have gone 4 weeks. I'm trying to think. This is the first thing I made. It's horrible. It's a bowl. And it's glazed, so that's a bowl. And there's like, I don't know, it's just... You got to see the teacher do it because he's like, oh, it's you just do this and this, and then he makes all these shapes.
That would be great for salsa or guacamole or something, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I'm like, I got to start making. Well, here's my second thing, which I made into. The colors are horrible because the weird thing with the glazes, you don't know what color it's going to be until afterwards. It just anyway. So this whole front fell down, and I'm like, oh, it's a picture. I'm going to make it into a picture. So it's a little picture. So that's hard. This is the worst one. Look at the inside. It's just awful. But then I'm like, I got to start making tiki things. So this is my series of coconuts. Coconut mugs.
Okay.
And well, the first one I'm like, I don't know what I'm making. It's starting to be round. It's a coconut. So then I'm like, then I made another coconut. So anyway, I did actually make one last week with a whole face on it and stuff. So
those look like props from Gilligan's Island, Dave.
It does look. It's so fun. And this thing weighs like a pound. It's so thick. It's not like anyway. So something very different because it's not building displays or props or whatever.
Well,
so
it's a big departure from the thing I know that you're working on for Wonderfest. So
yeah, maybe next time I'll talk about that. I just wanted to make sure I think I could bring it because I'm making good progress. So anyway, that's what's on my workbench. Oh, it's not my work. That's what's on my pottery wheel.
What are your projects? We have a we have a local potter who's done demonstrations at the school before, and I will let you know, Dave, the next time he's going to come back. I tried to get him this year. This guy on stage makes an urn that's 3 feet tall.
Oh wow!
And he does it with a weed burner inside. He's got a weed burner inside of it. Okay, so you can imagine what the boys think of that. I mean, he whips this thing out like a flamethrower, and so
he probably needs to do that so that it doesn't crush under its own weight.
Strips. It's like strips. He's making strips, cutting. He's like making what would be a bowl, cutting a layer off, putting it on, and then making another one and putting it on, and then like it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And the people that are really adept at that. But it's all about keeping it moving.
Yeah,
it's got to be in motion amazing. The whole time. And it was one of the most. I thought when we had this person coming in, I thought we're going to spend an hour watching a guy on stage make pottery. The kids are going to hate this. They were cheering. It was absolutely.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, when someone knows what they're doing, it's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool. It's really cool stuff.
The only thing is, no matter how good you are or whatever, all pottery, at least with everything I've seen, and there's people who've been taking classes. We're in a class with people. There's all levels. They've been doing it 4 years. Everything has a rustic look to it, and that's not my style at all. Like rustic. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna, in the first 2 nights we made like 3 things each. I'm like, how many freaking things are we gonna wind up with? I'm gonna start breaking this stuff because I don't want it.
Are they expecting
people just like when you were in 3rd grade? So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm not into rustic stuff. But the tiki stuff, so I decided I'm going to make one thing a week that's going to be more tiki-centric.
That's kind of cool.
I want to make a scorpion ball. That'll be my final project, like the scorpion
yeah.
ball, the big thing.
You could also, Dave, you could also like decorate those things too. You can make, once you've made the shape, you can.
Oh
then,
yeah, that's what I did. Like
on.
I made something that sort of looks like this, a little bigger, and then the next week, once it was dry, I started putting a face on it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a tiki,
awesome.
like a tiki face.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
Anyway, Todd, you've actually been doing.
Workbench. I did this week. I built my third of what's going to be 5 of the Ramona cases. You've got I don't have to point to one because there's one directly over my shoulder, but Dave's got 3 directly behind me. They are still our case of choice. Price has gone up a little bit, but you can get them from Wayfair for $239 now.
Still a bargain.
Still a bargain. And
shipped.
This is so. I took out 2 Detolfs and put what was in them in there. And I was saying to you guys that by the third one you put together, you've made every mistake you're possibly going to make. And you know the order to build it, which is not quite the order that's in the instructions. And they're just great. But like I said, it takes a while and you got to have patience. And I have 2 more to go. But then
they take longer to put together than you think they will, and that's for sure.
They will.
It's a lot. I did three all at the same time. It's a lot.
And if you build one of these, you've got a solid 30 minutes of glass cleaning when you're done. Oh, yeah. Just getting the smudges off from doing it.
Even though they do include gloves.
But that's yeah. But you can't really work with those gloves.
I got 2 left gloves in one of the boxes.
Yeah, I have a stack of those because none of them fit my hands.
It actually goes together better if you use 2 left gloves. That's why they do that.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's faster. Yeah.
So, but anyways, like I said, it's an amazing thing for the money. They're absolutely terrific. It will improve your collection and give you a lot more flexibility. Super pleased with it, but it took a good amount of time. So, and now I got to psych myself up to build 2 more, and then I've got to list 6 Detolf cases and sell those to somebody. So
local, obviously.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, local pickup.
You're gonna ship those?
I've got another Ramona here that I haven't built yet.
I listed the 2 that I took out from one of them, and I had a ton of people interested. I decided to keep the 2 of them, and I told them that I'd get back to them later. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem selling them. But the 2 that didn't quite make it out of the room or out of the area, I had buyers that were calling about those. So
okay.
Yeah.
I've still got my one more.
People looking for them. So
yeah. Cool. Okie dokie. All right, we're going to talk about some TV shows. Todd, why don't you jump in?
Okay, let's do Darth Maul first. Okay, so I'm going to say this. We're going to talk about 2.
So I have to correct you. He's not Darth Maul anymore. He is now Maul.
He's no Darth.
He's not no Darth.
Maul Shadow Lord. Yes.
Okay, but we're going to talk about two Disney shows with 2 guys in red and black. Okay, and
well, one guy is red and black, and the other guy wears red and black.
But again, they're both 2 guys in red and black, and I think we start with Maul. He'll always be Darth to me, Shadow Lord. I will say, and I'll say this in leading in, people are falling over themselves about this show, and I did not get it. I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I'm like, this is good, but it's pretty standard for this stuff, and the pacing is a little slow. It's not moving quick enough, and that, I kind of felt like, they could have moved things along. You get to the halfway point of this thing, and this is a nonstop train ride that in fact, literally, there's a train ride in there, that it is amazing. And I've watched, short of the really, really bad kiddie stuff, I've watched all the animated stuff, or all the animated stuff in this vein. Okay, that's continuity. This is unlike all the rest of the stuff. I mean, this is brutal and heavy, and people die. And
a lot of people die.
A lot of people. It's not red lasers and blue lasers, and people just kind of fall out of the way. You see holes punched through people.
Yeah.
and at one point, there's a guy who picks up a stormtrooper and holds him against him, and people keep shooting the stormtrooper. until they shoot hit through him, and it was
even some of the live action stuff they've done, people have been stabbed through the stomach with lightsabers and lived.
Oh yeah. Oh no. This is rough, but it's what it needs. I mean, it also felt appropriate. It didn't feel gratuitous.
Well, it's basically both two sets of bad guys fighting each other, more or less.
Two sets of bad guys, but also, and that okay. And I'm going to say, and Barry, I keep talking here, and I know you want to talk. I was resistant to like. I was like, who do you identify with in this? And the show's about a bad guy, and then they brought these other characters in, and one of them was a kid, and I was kind of like, oh, they brought the token kid in again because they always do that. The token kid isn't there for the reason that you think, and it is not to draw kid viewers in, okay? Because this is not a kid-centric show at all, okay?
Well, and I'm not even sure that by the time we get to the second season, whether that kid's even going to be in the show.
Oh, she'll be there. There's no question.
No, not her. I thought you were talking about the son.
No. I'm talking about her. I'm saying she's the identifiable kid, but that is not why she's there.
She's not really a kid. Is she a kid? I guess she is. She's a teenager.
She's a kid, but
she's a kid. Like not like young Ahsoka's age, but like older Ahsoka's age kind of thing. Yeah. And this show blew me away. I mean, I will say there is lightsaber, and I know this is animated. There's lightsaber choreography in this, unlike anything we've ever seen.
Well, I don't think humans could do what they've done.
They can't, but someone still has to plan this stuff. Okay, and it has to be. Sure you could. But it's you still have when there's three people, one-on-one fighting simultaneously, and you keep this in the same shot. And you're flipping back and forth, there's a lot to that, okay? I mean, that's just not drawing things. I mean, it's not just CG. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of planning that goes to this, and it's what they carried off is amazing. I'm going to stop now, Barry. You go.
Yeah, well, and Dave, how far did you get?
As of last night when we were texting, I didn't know we were talking about this, and I had in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm going to watch it at some point. And then I'm like, all right, I'll start it. So I watched episode 1 last night, and then I was talking to Mark, who watched them, and he's like, the first couple are a little slow. So he's like, you could jump around. So I looked on the internet, like, what should you watch? So I have watched 1, 3, 5, and 7.
Okay.
But then you get the recap of what happened. So I wanted to do that too.
It's like
I wanted to be prepared to talk about something.
Okay. You could have jumped in at 4 and watched the recap. But let me ask you, David, somebody who watched, as you watched, somebody who watched 24, was it weird, the Jedi having the president's voice? Because that just really just threw me all the time.
I had read he was in it. So.
And I hear his voice and I think of those insurance commercials.
Oh, yeah. No,
it's so funny because he's playing a character and he doesn't change his voice at all.
There's nothing to that voice. There's no.
But you know what? They wanted somebody with that stately,
that's fine,
presence of a voice. So
but I don't think that voice tremendously fits that character.
But when you hire Morgan Freeman, you expect him to do the Morgan Freeman voice. I mean, not that this is Morgan Freeman. But
I don't know that he's done animated stuff, but maybe he has. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like if someone who's got that nose is going to sound a little different.
If you haven't gotten to the real crazy.
No, I know what happens. I know what happens.
Okay, all right, well, I don't want to say anything unless I know that you know.
I mean, I only know. I don't know what. But it makes. Okay. The funny thing is, there's the whole the cop guy following, which is boring, but I do like the idea that Darth Maul now is against the Emperor, and that
he wants revenge. He is totally all he cares about is revenge.
And here's the thing that I really like about this is they did not make him a good guy. They made him. In fact, he is still despicable. Okay, he is still totally driven by his own wants and needs and no regard for anybody else.
Are we talking about politics now?
No, his desire to enlist this girl as an apprentice is not to help her at all.
Not at all.
It's to further his goal. Okay. I will say I thought it was very clever giving him a malfunctioning mechanical knee.
Oh, it's funny.
Because it, in some ways, almost humanizes him a little bit, gives him that little bit of weakness that makes him not, they used it later to good effect, but I'm saying it makes him not invincible. It makes, and the fact that it acted up at the worst time sometimes, I at least related to that. So
I do think it's funny overall that Disney is like, we kill characters off unless the fan base really likes them, then we bring them back. Like Boba Fett, like Darth Maul, like, how about Qui-Gon? They don't bring back the good guys.
In his timeline, he's not brought. He's going to die. Obi-Wan's going to kill him in the desert down the line from
no, when he was cut in half, he came back.
Oh
yes.
That
doesn't count.
A long time ago.
He was killed in the Phantom Menace, and they brought him back. Yes, 100%.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Where do you get killed? Okay, because we know, regardless of what shape you're in, if you fall down a shaft, okay, that's not a guaranteed death in the Star Wars universe.
I understand, but when you fall down a shaft in two pieces,
okay,
usually, but you didn't know that his race has nothing important.
Listen, and the bottom of you should not be arguing to me about Star Wars. I get it, but
no, I'm saying I don't think that by.
I just think it's funny that they'll kill things off unless they're popular.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll say this to me, if he had died in Phantom Menace, when they brought him back, they did it in Clone Wars in such a good way that I was actually okay with it because I know, Dave, you probably haven't seen all that, but it was done.
Have spider legs or something, right?
It was done really, really well.
Yeah.
And, this is a character that we've already seen his death. And any time that they try to fill in these stories in the gaps between what we've already seen and how we know something ends, they always run the risk of it not being like, I don't need to know this part of the story. But in this case, I think that it's done really, really well. And it's interesting what's going on. And like, again, we know how he ends, and we've even seen the Emperor. We've seen his fight with the Emperor already too.
This is Maul's Andor. Okay. That's what this is. This is
but it's interesting because they're taking a villain and filling in the
backstory. And this is the other thing is that this also ties into Solo. It ties into I mean, you kind of know what's got to happen for him to be in the position he was at the end of Solo, but you kind of know what's going to happen next. But we don't see this apprentice again. So, or we haven't at this point. So he's got to betray her, or something's got to happen that she's not going to be in the picture at some point.
So Solo is after this, obviously.
Solo's after this, yes.
Solo's after this.
Yeah.
We should say spoiler alert if we haven't already spoiled it. But yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the Kira's boss in Solo, but he shows up.
Voss?
He shows up in this.
It's something Voss, right?
No, it's not Voss, but I'll remember.
Okay.
And then, big spoiler alert, Darth Vader shows up in the last two episodes and is perfect. The way they animated Vader was perfect.
So this is the thing.
Oh, that happened? I didn't know that happened.
If you go online, okay, people either think Dave Filoni is a genius and he's the only one that really understands Darth Vader, or he just ruined Darth Vader. Okay? And it's really funny how there's no middle ground on that. But, okay, he put the badass back in Darth Vader. Okay? He made Darth Vader the person who should have the reputation, who earns the reputation that Darth Vader has when we first see him. Okay? He is every bit as intimidating as he should be. He is every bit of force as he should be. And he's also hands-on, brutal, and relentless. Okay?
Well, he's only Darth Vader for a year at this point, right?
Somewhere.
This is a year after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, this is an angry, brutal Darth Vader who you guys may continue to believe redeems himself later in life, but this is the Darth Vader to have nightmares about, and it was fantastic. it was just like I said, the scene, the fights in here were just, like I said, just amazing.
Yeah, the last two episodes are basically one long episode. There's really, there's a break.
One episode in constant pursuit.
I'm only watching the odd one, so I'll pick one.
A running fight that just
only
was
9.
Like,
you need to watch 9 and 10, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 and 10.
But yeah, and again, it doesn't spoil anything to say this. He never speaks a line of dialogue, and he doesn't need to.
And he does not need to.
He's silent and deadly.
The only thing that you hear from him at the end of episode 9 is his breathing, and it's chilling. Okay, you hear the breathing, and it's just like that's so good.
But they've shown Vader in Rebels, and they've shown Vader in some of the other animated stuff, and he always was too thin, or he didn't walk right. Like they've perfectly captured the Vader that we see in Rogue One at the end of Rogue One. That's the Vader that we see.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's cinematic, really. The animation is cinematic. It's great.
It's funny when they do close-ups. When you're like really close, they almost look like Van Gogh paintings. The people a little bit.
Yeah. I again, like I said, the two. I watched both episodes last night. I thought it was 9 episodes. I had 1 episode to go, so I ended up watching both 9 and 10 last night, and then I watched them again today, and I think it's amazing. It's just like it's.
And I don't think it goes in all the directions you expect it to. I think there are some surprises. Not everybody makes it out of episode 10. So
okay.
And like I said, Maul to the very end is not a good guy. Okay, he's
which is what I would want. I don't want him to be.
No, I know
but
that.
It's interesting that there's a Star Wars show that there's no good guy really.
One of his final things is acting very dishonorably to benefit himself, and with someone he's allied himself with, and fought side by side with. All of basically every single person who's following him is lost. It's just there's yeah.
I'm just gonna say this though, and this is it's happened twice now, so I'm gonna call it a trend that I do not want to see continue in Star Wars. We've got to stop naming characters based on what they're wearing or what's on their faces, because in Rogue One we had a character called Two Tubes because there were 2 tubes going up to his face mask, and now in this we've got a droid named Two Boots because he's a droid that wears 2 boots. Sorry, we've got to stop doing that.
He's called Two Boots because he's 2OOT, 2BOOT.
Okay, but he is also the only one of that droid that's wearing boots.
Okay, he probably wore the boots because that's his name.
Is 2B00T.
Okay. I
got that. We can do better. We can do better in the naming of droids.
I know that, but he's 2B00T, and he takes the nickname.
But every time they call him Two Boots, I cringed. It's just me. We could do better in naming characters. That's all.
Fair enough.
I know
they're usually very on the nose with Star Wars characters naming, but
Hammerhead.
I will say, I did like what they did with that character. I like the fact that he was very gullibly convinced that the Empire was not what the Empire is, because basically he believed the propaganda, and it's.
I no disrespect to the voice actor, though. The voice to me did not feel very droid-like.
It's one of the actors in the IT crowd. Okay, I thought he was. Yeah. He was. I thought it was funny in that regard, and he was also, earnest but also gullible, and it was a different droid than we've had.
I like at one point he says he's got to go to talk to the police chief when she comes back, and they're like, she's not coming back.
Yeah. Oh no, and that's the thing. But here's where they're straining at this point is to find different droids. So we're not doing something that we haven't seen before. They did this brilliantly in Rogue One. Okay, the 2 principal droids in this completely different, but also completely different than anything we've seen. Okay, so this police droid is basically meant to be a helper droid for an actual human, okay, and then the kind of saucer,
the little evil saucer guy.
Do you know what his name was? His name was Spybot.
Spybot. Okay.
Spybot.
So he was pretty freaking cool.
I loved him. He was great.
And the fact that he's weaponized and could do all that kind of stuff. And the fact, I mean, that probably had, when he was lost, it had more impact on Darth Maul than I think any of the people.
Yeah, R.I.P. Spybot. I don't know if you saw that, Dave, but Spybot.
Oh, you ruined it for me.
Yeah, okay, it happens.
I didn't see that.
So,
anyway.
but
that might have been one of the episodes you skipped.
No, he was alive in 7. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying watch the whole thing.
I'll watch 8, 9, and 10. Now I have time.
Yeah, and you can watch. But I'm saying to our listeners, watch the whole thing. It's a little slow to begin with, but it does pick up. And
but it's as good as the best of Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yes, I will say the last half is as good or better than the best of Rebels or Clone Wars. Okay, and I'll tell you, they don't pull any punches in this where they did in Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yep.
Okay.
And because it's only 9 episodes, and I'm not denying it does start off a little slow, but I didn't mind the pacing of it. I liked that they released 2 episodes a week, so it moved faster. If this had been spread out over 10 weeks, it would have been... It would
have been hard to get through the beginning. Yeah. But again, I dove in when there was 4 episodes, so I knocked out those 4 episodes. And this was not something I was excited for. I like the character's okay, but I feel like they'd gone as far as they needed to go with him. We didn't need to see this backstory. I'm really glad I watched it. I liked it a lot.
And considering that they aired the finale, the last 2 episodes on May 4th, and we got basically no announcements of any kind for Star Wars on May the 4th. At least we got the finale of this, which was good.
Yeah. No, excellent. And again, if you're in any way a fan of Darth Maul, you should definitely want to check it out.
Or just good Star Wars storytelling, because it's good Star Wars.
It's good Star Wars telling. It's in universe, and there's not a ton of hooks until there is. So it's great. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We want to talk about Daredevil, the other guy in black. Todd, we'll let you talk about this one too.
Okay, I think it was great. I think they did a terrific job with it. They managed to wrap up the whole season. They managed to wrap up the story in the season, so we're going to get something else next time. That was my one concern, was that it was going to be, they were going to be under, like I don't say they were going to be fugitives the whole time, and that we're going to have to get back into another season to deal with that. Action was good. It was great seeing Jessica Jones. Excellent all the way through. There's one episode that was a little slow, but
hopefully next season is. Let's move on from Kingpin. I feel like it's been
that is what's going to happen. But
got
that's
plenty
also what
of Kingpin.
That's what people wanted to see, and we've seen it now. And it's I think it's terrific. The production value has been great. It is the highest single season of any Disney Marvel show. It's the only show that they've done that is rated higher is Loki, but that's overall. Oof. And that's for 2 seasons. This is 1 point lower, but this season is.
When you say rated, where is this? Rotten Tomatoes we're talking about, or
both IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, okay.
And so critic and whatever ratings. But like I said, there's not the second episode's a little weak, but across the board, all those other episodes have been much better than last season, which was all over the place. And this did everything it needed to do, and was extremely well received. And like I said, I loved it. So it's terrific. I think we see, in the end, I don't know how we're going to spoil it.
Spoilers.
In the end,
Spoilers.
It brought it back to, we got back to Matt Murdock in the courtroom, which is what we needed to see. And they tied everything in together, and I think they did a really great job with it. So
I do think, spoiler again. Yep. I mean, I know they're not going to get rid of a character. I feel like if there's only one more season, which is I think what they're saying, they could have killed Kingpin. And I get here's the thing that I know Matt's the way he is. He's not going to kill anyone. Blah blah blah. But Kingpin literally killed 12 people walking from the courtroom to the lobby, and they let him go.
One of the things that gets me is like he makes a deal for amnesty, and then kills a whole bunch of people. Shouldn't that deal be off? Okay.
Well, he didn't make the deal until after he killed them.
No, I know that, but I'm saying the deal was on the table, and while the deal was on the table, he killed a bunch of people.
He killed everybody. I mean, but even Daredevil would be like, dude, I get it, you're Catholic or whatever, but this, I know you didn't see, but you probably heard he killed everybody. Why are you letting him go? Yeah. Let the crowd beat the crap out of him.
You know, I know I actually usually write notes for myself for the show. So full disclosure to our audience, but I literally wrote this, Dave. I just don't connect with the character of Matt Murdock. Just kill Kingpin. I literally wrote that in my notes.
If he had killed Kingpin at the beginning of this, we wouldn't have had any problem. Kingpin has done enough to die.
I don't Todd, I know he's a beloved character for you, so I know that, and I fully expected you to love this, and I did not like it, but I would prefer if this had been a bad guy of the week and they were fighting crime and there was more courtroom stuff, and it's just, I just felt like it became melodrama.
Too much Kingpin. Too much Kingpin.
Just kill him. Like, I get you don't want to kill every day, but certain people, after they do such heinous crimes, like, you just take the guy out for the good of everybody. Like, and I just don't understand why he won't cross that line with Kingpin of all people. Like, well, everything he's done. But.
But even like let's say you're not a big Daredevil.
They let him go to the freaking Bahamas or wherever he went.
Yeah. Why would the show him killing so many people and like, okay, take the deal? Like, that was a little ridiculous. Yeah. Regardless of how Matt feels, I get it, but I would have killed Kingpin off. And let's have somebody else. There's so many other. They
never know when they want to bring him back.
Yeah.
You never know where he's going to turn up, I guess.
What's up with Vincent D'Onofrio? You see him now and he's thin. Does he gain weight like every season?
No, they really intensely padded him for that.
But his face is fat.
Somewhat. I think they build him up.
He's got a beard every time I see him now too, so it's hard to tell.
But he's not that heavy. I know the suit, but his face definitely looks. He's got fat in the back of his head.
They build his face up, and yeah.
I thought Michael Gandolfini was fantastic. By the way, I think he was a good actor.
I think he did a great job. I think that they had enough stuff. I mean, I could never have seen The Therapist again. I would have been happy.
Is she going to be the bad guy in next season? Like,
she is going to be. She's going to show up somewhere. She's going to be.
Yeah, well, she put that mask on. It was creepy at the end when she put the mask on.
I would like to see, instead of an arc, I'd like to see a couple, even if they're 2-episode little things, But
but that's what happened last season. Okay.
Well,
no, but I'm saying because
it was
chopped up, and it didn't go over. So,
I just felt like we were stuck with Kingpin in a couple of episodes. All right, Kingpin, he's bad, and no one's doing anything about it. But all right, how many episodes can we let him do his thing?
And I know they wrote this a long time ago, but some of it just felt a little too real world for what we're all going through in the country right now.
The other idea is I don't find it hard to believe that someone does an extreme number of someone in high office does an extreme number of crimes and gets a pass on it. I no longer find that to be incredible. My guess is, in any way.
If the right crowd got a hold of him, no one's stopping them.
Yeah, I'm saying it's that's not incredible to me.
I did like his Jack Nicholson moment in the courtroom.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
It was, again, like I said, I liked it. I liked the characters. I like how they did it. I think this, pursuing this storyline and going through it the way they did, I think it worked. If I would have had a big problem if they weren't still, if they hadn't wrapped it up, and they did wrap it up.
They wrapped it up, but they left the door open.
Yeah, I just think you can't have another season of this.
He's going to be behind the scenes somewhere, but he's not going to be the driving force next time. But
and then Bullseye, to me, especially like the Frank Miller whole run was all Bullseye being sort of the bad guy. He's sort of off the table.
The Frank Miller run was Kingpin being the bad guy. Bullseye was the trigger.
I'm saying those two were the bad guys. Who else have we got? I mean, unless they're going to keep retreading this, I don't know.
I think we're gonna move away from Kingpin. I think he may have a cameo in the next season or something like that. I kind of hope they do new ground. The Hand is in the Spider-Man movie, so we're probably not going to see that. But they're also bringing back at least Luke Cage in the next season.
I saw that.
So
he showed up in the finale.
I know, but I'm saying we're going to see filming with him. You probably don't know, but one of the characters from that post Frank Miller era was Typhoid Mary, and I kind of wonder whether it was a woman with a split personality, and is just psycho. I kind of wonder whether Heather Glenn is going to be that character, going to morph into that character. But it's there's also a run of Daredevil where he is in prison, and I suspect the cop with the scarred face. In the comics he's a more recent addition in the comics, but he's an ally of Matt Murdock and Daredevil, and I suspect that in the prison he's going to become like his protector or something like that. He's going
that's interesting. So Powell, the cop Powell, in one scene, maybe 2 episodes ago, Jessica Jones hits him and it has no effect. So he have powers? But then in the last episode, the guy with the scar on his face knocks him out. Like, does that guy have powers?
I don't think he has powers. I think they said Jessica Jones' powers come and go.
So, I didn't catch that.
Oh yeah, no. Ever since she said since she'd had her child, her powers were very, very.
I did hear that. I didn't realize if that's what that was at the time.
She's got like bursts of strength, but it's not reliable.
Except now Matt Murdock has exposed his true identity to the world.
Yeah.
Like, is that in the comics? Did everybody know Matt Murdock was Daredevil?
It did happen in the comics.
Sure.
And then it was undone.
The Doctor Strange undoes it.
No. Actually, it's related to the Purple Man storyline, but it is undone. I don't think they're going to undo it here. I think this is.
I don't think they are either, but I'm just wondering what ramifications that has for him. With everybody knowing who he is.
I mean, he's going to go on trial for Daredevil's crimes, but yeah. So it's
I do like that they made Karen more of a badass this season, because that damsel in distress thing was getting a little.
It was earned, and I also like the fact that she disagreed. She just wanted to kill Bullseye, okay, and he just
and Kingpin.
And he wouldn't, right, but I'm saying he wouldn't cross that line, and he was fighting not to cross the line, because once he did, he couldn't come back. And I do understand that, but she didn't, and that was a thing between. I like that relationship. I like that she's.
I like that they're on the same page. No pun intended.
They're on the same Karen page.
Yeah. They're on the same Karen page.
She's killed before, and she believes it's justified, and she. And she would do it again. And
she's a little more Punisher than he is. That's all.
Yeah, listen to your hot girlfriend, Matt.
She like I said, yeah. So I'm.
She also was a vampire, I think, too.
She was a vampire previously, so that's a thing.
Oh, in True Blood.
True Blood, yeah.
Yeah. But
anyway,
yeah, I liked it. I think it's a huge improvement over last season.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
It's seemingly gone over very, very well. I think it did everything. Again, you get this superhero level show, but they got to keep it at street level.
It's grounded,
Yeah, and
I think I have my same complaint about this is the same complaint I had about Strange New Worlds. I don't think a full season story arc works even in 10 episodes. I think it's got to be shorter stories, and hopefully it can all have a thread that runs through it, but I'd like to see a little bit more different. If all of next season is just going to be Matt on trial, that's just going to get boring.
No, I agree with you. I felt we spent way too much time with Kingpin.
Him having to survive in prison, him on trial, and then somebody else, then a threat rising up that he's got to deal with. So it's we'll see. We'll see when time comes. Again, I think the show, if you look at the ratings, people liked last season more than we did. Certainly more than I did, but I think this season was everything it could have been. I don't, you have individual ideas on how you would have done it differently, but I think given the story they had to tell, where they left off last year, what they had to do, I think it did it well. And I think they did a good job kind of world building and creating this kind of, space where this felt oppressive and what we were doing. And I got to say, given relation to the real world, I did find it very, very real that there were people that saw what was going on and perceived what was going on. And then a whole lot of other people say, things have never been better.
Yeah, this is really it was very real.
And it was like, and sometimes that was a little disturbing, but, they made this a while ago. Okay, this was done a while ago. And there were a few times when it was so close to real that it was uncomfortable. And we don't have to make the analogs. They're there. But, it's power out of control and law enforcement out of control are old stories, but there's a reason for that. And they're recurrent stories, and there's a reason for that. And people have to fight back. And that's what this was about. So, like I said, I liked it. I think it was true to the character. I think it was true to the characters. People really, for 10 years, wanted to see Daredevil and Kingpin go head to head and wrap that story up, and I think they did that. So, I think that's where we're at.
We will see. Okay. All righty. Well, let us know what you've thought if you were watching this stuff. Both worth watching, and interesting stuff. If you like Red and Black, there you go. You got plenty of things to choose from. So, Barry, we were saying next week, or Barry's the keeper of the calendar, because Todd and I don't pay attention.
I'm like the historian here on the show. So next, a few days after this episode drops, we will be celebrating our 13th anniversary of the podcast. So our next show should be us, at least for part of it, we'll be talking about that.
Yeah, a little retrospective, a little stuff like that.
Sometimes I can't believe we've been doing it 13 years, and sometimes it feels like longer.
26 years.
Yeah. So
yeah, we are the longest running podcast that makes no money.
Yes, this is true. Everybody
take pride in that.
Everyone else quit before now. So
exactly.
They either found a way to make money or quit. We just keep plodding along.
No, we just keep plugging along.
We're very close. I'm telling you, Sirius XM is they're like, Smartless, we gave them $100 million. Who else can we spend some money on? Yeah, we'll see.
Any day now.
I'm telling you, Dave, you should have returned that call. That's what I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Waiting for that fat podcasting paycheck to come through.
Yeah, exactly. Someday it'll come.
Yep.
We'll see. But yeah, 13 good years.
Until then, we'll just
we'll keep doing it. We don't do it for the money. We don't do it for...
If we did, we wouldn't be doing it for this long.
Yeah. So
we would have had to find real jobs.
That's
exactly. Right. But we'll do that next week. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening and/or watching.